Alright, for the final projects in data management, we have to collect some data from online sources. We want to be able to demonstrate that we have got good quality data, and we will print out the first page only of any of the sources that we collect. One of the sites that I recommended was NationMaster.com. Now, NationMaster has gone through a revamp of the way they present the data. I'm not finding it as friendly as it used to be, and the quality and quantity of data seems to be reduced. But if we wanted to find something like the average number of years that the citizens of a country stay in school, an education statistic, I can look and I can see that they have some statistics here in the education category, but I can't find the average amount of time that people stay in school in each country. I can find tertiary enrollment, which is the percentage of the population that is in school beyond secondary school. The definition is here at the top. I have the countries, the first 15 displayed. I do want to take a look at all the countries that are there to make sure that there's enough data for my purposes. Now, this statistic has information for 151 countries. That's not bad. There is an icon here for printing. If I select that, it gives me a print preview. When I preview this, I want to make sure that not all 16 pages are being printed, but only the first page. So make sure that you type in only that the first page will be printed. Since this is a preview of what I will get as my printout, I want to make sure that it's got everything I need. It's got the definition, it has the URL of the source, it's got the date that I accessed that information, which are two vital pieces of information when I cite the source. Anything else I will handwrite on the document that is printed out. It's only showing me the first 9 countries. On this, I will write that there were data for 151 countries. I need that. I need to know the quantity of the data you have for each variable. StateMaster was another website that I recommended, and it gives me information on the 50 states in the United States. It is the same as it was before, a much easier interface for me to navigate, and a lot more data available to me. Let's select the education category, and you'll see far more variables here. Again, I'm looking for the average years of schooling, not finding it right away. I do have high school diploma or higher by percentage of the population. If I take a look at that statistic, it's got all 50 states. Minnesota, 92.3% of the population has high school or higher education, down to Texas being the lowest of the low, 78.3%. Before I would print this, I would select printable version. It removes the extraneous information, including the advertising. And when I go to print preview, which I can access by Control P when I'm in Chrome, it would print out on 2 pages of paper. Don't want that. Make sure you've got 1 page. It does print a lot more information. I would still write that I have data for 51 data points, 50 states plus the District of Columbia, DC. It does have a definition on here. It's got the date that I accessed it, the URL, anything else I would handwrite, definitions of the variables, citation information, handwrite it on the 1-page printout. Gapminder.org works a little differently. When I select data, I get 519 entries. I want to filter that down. So I'll type in education. Reduces the number of entries to 26 out of the 519. I do have here the mean years in school, but it's restricted to men 25 years and older. There's another stat for women, and it is already in Excel format. When I click on this icon, it will open up a dialog box where it asks me to save. Click on that, and here is the Excel file. In the Excel file, I've got many years worth of data. The tabs down here at the bottom, there's another tab for about, which gives me the definition of this variable. I would handwrite this on the printout. I need to remove the old data because I want the most recent year. Highlight all the rows. If the most recent year is sparsely populated, you might want to go back a year or two so that you have good quantity of data. I can delete these rows. I now have two columns, the first one being the country, the second one being the average years of schooling. When I go to print it, I get my print preview. There's 4 pages that will be printed. I want to make sure that only one comes out. When it does, you'll see that it does not give me the URL, the date that I accessed this data, any of the citation information. I would also expect that you are going to relabel the columns country and average years of education 2009, handwrite any definitions, citation information, and tell me how many data points you have in this variable.